Hello there, it's me, Godzilla, and today I shall review one of the best movies of all time, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. That's right, Mechanical Titan of Terror. This movie is among one of the best movies that has ever been made. It's full of action, insanity, aliens, spies, and the world gone crazy. This movie it's just amazing. Start off with the humans. The humans are pretty interesting this time. Some are normal, some are scientists, others are spies. There's this whole spy thing going on. The humans are pretty well done here. The characters, you like them, and they do a lot more fighting than usual. So that's amazing. And there's also this mystery about this mysterious monster, and there's this whole prophecy that needs to be completed. And the way the prophecy is done throughout the movie, it's just beautiful and amazing and very interesting. As for the music is it is fun to hear. It's hard to describe it, but once you hear it, it'll never go away from your mind. It is a memorable soundtrack with a little bit of hint of Son of Godzilla music in it, just a little bit. But for the majority of it, it's fun to hear. Now, as for the monsters, there are technically five monsters in the movie. King Ghidorah makes a small, almost cameo sort of thing. He isn't in the movie at all, except for like a small cameo bit. But he is pretty much a signature of what is to come, or a sign of what is to come. Anguirus is in it, and well, he does try to put up a fight with a new enemy, but he is beaten down to the ground and bleeds from his mouth. It was intense for him, but he fought well, and he knew that he was fighting a monster that was not Godzilla. We'll get to that in a second. Anguirus, this is the last time we'll ever see him for a long time, so it's a sad way to send him off, but we know he isn't dead, because destroy all monsters happens in the future, so we know he's still alive. But one final battle before saying goodbye. Next up is King Caesar, the mystery monster that the prophecy speaks of. I like him. I like how he is revealed and how it all is brought up in the movie. The movie just continues to go in his path that reaches to his awakening, and it's done really, really well. The one thing and he does put up a good fight at first, but then he starts to get beaten down much quickly than what one would expect, but I like him. He is revealed well, and he's a great fighter and has some good tricks up his sleeve. There's also a mention of him being able to resurrect other monsters, so that's an interesting concept. Next up is Godzilla. I think he gets a new design again, similar to his previous design, but a little bit different, and I like it. It's probably one of my favorite suits, and in this movie, he's a great fighter. He gains a new power which is like being a monster magnet. Yeah, he's being shocked by lightning, and he becomes a magnetic force, which he uses to defeat his enemy. A little bit of a King Kong reference there, just a little bit. I don't know, but it's awesome. We see from him being affected by lightning to being powered by lightning. It's fun. It's amazing to see, and he's a great fighter and a great hero. Now, finally, we get to the arch enemy of this movie, Mechagodzilla. He first appears as Godzilla, a suit of Godzilla on him, confusing the world, thinking that Godzilla is the bad guy. But when the two monsters meet up, the gloves come off, and so does the lizard skin. And it is shown that Mechagodzilla is the new enemy. And this guy is a badass. He has missiles coming out of his knees, his toes, his fingers, a little lightning thing coming out of his chest or neck, whatever, and laser eyes coming out of his eyes, obviously. And while he was in his suit, he managed to breathe a green atomic breath too. It was interesting. He can fly, he can twist his head all over in order to create a force field. Mechagodzilla is an insane bad guy. He's amazing. And again, he's powered by aliens. This time, the ones known as the Simians. The Simians they're pretty good villains. They're much more threatening than other villains we have seen before. You know that they're more into warlike forms, and they have an interesting backstory. And overall, they're just pretty good bad guys. I really would have loved to see them fight Godzilla many times, but oh well. They're pretty good aliens. Well, bad guys in general. And their machine, the magnificent machine Mechagodzilla, is among the most lethal and formidable opponents Godzilla has ever fought, rivaling even that of Gigan and King Ghidorah. Mechagodzilla he's a mechanical titan of terror, just as the movie says. So overall, the movie's insane, it's fun, it's full of action, and this is a great way to celebrate 20 years of Godzilla. And I highly recommend this movie. This is one of the best Godzilla movies that has ever been made, and it's just completely awesome. So the only two flaws that I find in the movie are, well, one is that the aliens need a human to fix their machine, which is kind of weird, but again, there might be a little bit of a continuity thing. Maybe the scientists knew the space titanium technology from Invasion of Astro Monster, the ships that blew up. I could be wrong, but hey, want to make some continuity into these movies. But it's not really that much of a problem. It's just a little bit of a nitpick, and it's okay. I don't think the aliens had their scientists with them when they invaded Earth, so they needed a scientist to work on the machine. But then a second nitpick is the military. We don't see the military at all in this movie, which is kind of a bummer because we're used to seeing them try to fight the monsters without hope. But it's always fun to see the military try to fight monsters. But that's okay. It's forgiven because the battles between Godzilla, King Caesar, and Guerrero against Mechagodzilla, the battles with them, it's insane. So you can easily forgive these two little nitpicks, which aren't that much of a flaw anyway. And just the battles are just insane, mind-blowing. And yeah, so I'm gonna give this movie 5 out of 5 stars. It's just that outstanding. This movie is perfect. It's just, you'll be entertained, and you're gonna love this movie. It's one of the best movies that's ever been made, and I give it 5 out of 5 stars. So that's Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. I highly recommend it. Enjoy it. See you guys next time.